Hello everyone and welcome to a new video where we are going to dive into the world of dinosaurs. We will do this to learn a lot of interesting information about them. Also, we are going to use the book of Dinosaurs and Other Prehistoric Animals. You already know that inside we find a lot of interesting information about all of them. It even tells us the areas of planet Earth where they lived. So let's open our box to see everything that's hidden inside. Also, as you can see, here we have a big Dilophosaurus and also a carnivorous dinosaur, which I find terrifying. This figure is super big, and even though it's fixed and made of hard plastic, you can move its jaw, which is articulated at the bottom. Look, it has a lot of sharp teeth. Also on the bottom, there's a speaker with a button. Let's press it. This is its big roar. It also has some impressive claws with 4 fingers. Let's leave it here so it can join us to meet the rest of the dinosaurs. For now, on the cover, we have a big Triceratops. Let's see. And look, we have a bunch of different dinosaurs. Let's take them all out so we can learn their names and their characteristics. Let's see which one comes out first. And look, we have a little baby. This is a Pachycephalosaurus, but as you can see, its body isn't fully developed yet, since it just hatched from its egg, Uprior. However, we can already see some very particular features of this species, such as the shape of its skull. It was very hard on the top. It used it to deliver strong headbutts like this, and defend itself from predators. It also had spikes on the back and on the sides. This way, its head was also reinforced. Very armored. Another interesting detail about the large herbivores is that they had a strong beak at the tip of their mouth to dig in the ground in search of food. I love this figure because it's also one of the soft ones. We can squish it, and we can even use it as a ball so it can roll. A little baby managed to defeat it, to take down a super predator. Let's see which one comes out next. Let's see. And here we have a very different figure. I like the figures we get here in this box because they're not all the same. Each one is different. Here we have a big Triceratops, as you know, characterized by its crown-shaped skull. It used its big horns to defend itself by charging powerfully. Also, when a super predator came, like the great Tyrannosaurus Rex, they would all join together in a group to defend each other. As you can see, it had 2 horns that were much bigger than the 3rd horn located on top of its nose. This figure, as you can see, can be assembled and disassembled. I already assembled it in previous videos. It comes with some plastic screws that we can unscrew. This way, we can assemble it like a puzzle. And the best part is that afterwards, we can move its joints, like its tail and legs, but also its head. The Triceratops lived on planet Earth during the Cretaceous period. Let's look at another one. Over here, I see a super big figure. I think it's the biggest one in the whole box. And it's no wonder, because we have a giant among giants. It's a big Brachiosaurus. A dinosaur, a long-necked dinosaur. It could reach about 26 meters in length. Impressive, right? Also, as you can see, its legs were gigantic. To be able to feed this huge body, they had to eat tons of food every day. They mainly fed on plants, leaves, grass, and fruit. They also needed to drink many liters of water. Its mouth, as you can see, isn't very big because it only ate very soft things. It didn't need to bite meat or big bones like carnivores. Also, the Brachiosaurus is characterized by the shape of its head. As you can see, it had a small bump on the top. Currently, the only animal we have with such a long neck is the giraffe. Another interesting detail about the great Brachiosaurus is that unlike the Diplodocus, it had larger and taller front legs than back legs. Hint: since its neck was oriented very vertically, it needed a lot of strength in the front part to support this neck. The figure is also one of the soft ones. It seems like it has air inside. This way we can move its tail and neck. Look, we can pretend it's eating grass from the ground. Super cool! It lived on planet Earth during the Jurassic period. We have a fantastic illustration coming up. As I mentioned, there's a fantastic illustration here showing how it could eat the leaves at the top of the trees. It also tells us that in order to climb up the trunks, it would put all its weight on its hind legs, lifting its front legs. The tail also helped it to keep its balance. Here on the small map, it specifies that this dinosaur was mainly found in the upper state area. And we keep building our Jurassic world with more dinosaur figures. Over here, we have another herbivore. Also, everyone who follows me in the videos knows that this herbivore is one of my favorites. It's the great Parasaurolophus. I really like this figure because of its colors. It's made of hard plastic, but it has a lot of detail. The Parasaurolophus had a large horn on the back of its head, which it used to make sounds. That way, it could communicate with the rest of the herd. When they felt threatened, they started making very loud sounds so that everyone could hear them and escape in time. Also, it was a dinosaur that had very unique front legs. Look, it had 4 fingers and could also use them to support its whole weight on all 4 legs. Therefore, it was both bipedal and quadrupedal. Its body was robust and it also had a long tail. Another one over here. Let's see which one we get now. And we have a very strange dinosaur. It's a feathered dinosaur. The most characteristic thing about this dinosaur is its claws. As you can see, it has 3 fingers with huge claws. Slash, slash, slash. Do you know what it used them for? Both to defend itself from predators by waving its front legs very quickly, but it also used them to break the branches of trees so it could feed itself. We can see that it had a small crest of feathers and a long tail with very thick plumage. Spectacular! Here's another one. Let's see which one is next. It looks like we have another big figure. Wow! And this time we really have a super predator. Alongside the great Tyrannosaurus Rex, Allosaurus was also a relentless predator. It was also characterized by its large jaw, which in the figure is articulated. Look, we can open and close it. Inside we can see the detail of its tongue and its sharp teeth. In the book, we also have more information about this. This type of carnivore is said to have lived on planet Earth during the late Jurassic period and could reach about 12 meters in length. Here, we can even see an illustration of 2 of them trying to hunt a long-necked dinosaur. Impressive! It was also found in areas of the United States, Portugal, and Tanzania. Its name means different lizard. And here comes our great predator. Any prey would quickly hide at the sight of it. It's quite terrifying. Let's set it aside so we can continue learning about new specimens. And it looks like what we have left are very tiny specimens. Look, we have 2 eggs. It seems that some eggs have hatched inside the box, but there are still some left to hatch. Let's leave them here to see these 2 miniature dinosaurs. Although actually, it's a dinosaur and a flying reptile. Let's look at this one here first. This is a dinosaur that didn't really exist, but is actually a fictional dinosaur that appears in the Jurassic World movies. It comes with an articulated jaw. It's a mini dinosaur. As you know, this dinosaur is lethal. It was created by combining the DNA of different types of dinosaurs. It's characterized by the color of its skin, completely black, but with this yellow stripe that goes across its whole body, and that's what makes it unique. As you can see, it could also use its front legs to run at a higher speed. I like that the jaw can move up and down. Let's see what the other one was. And as you can see here, we have a flying reptile. It lived during the Cretaceous period, at the same time as the large dinosaurs. It also comes with articulated wings. This way, we can flap them up and down. The pteranodon had a super long beak, and even though you can't see it here, it also had a pouch under its beak to store fish. As you can see, its body was quite slim. This way, it could fly at high speed and reach great heights. The hind legs also helped it grip onto rocks. That way, it could look for food. Super cool. And now friends, that's it. We finished today's video. Here are the dinosaurs we've learned about. If you liked today's video, you can help me by giving me a super like with a thumbs up. And I invite you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. And now I'll say goodbye to you all. See you in the next video with more amazing dinosaurs. Goodbye.